Aujourd'hui, je vais parler de my very first, let's call it, test of validity on my own 2021 predictions. So am I a false prophet or basically psychic? That's a good thing I committed the predictions to video form in the beginning of the year, so there's no escape the truth. Okay. Hey, XenPuck here. So, considering this is the actual first full year of me making these videos, it is now coming to an end. I finally get to find out for myself whether any of the predictions in the video I put out in the beginning of the year became true or not. As I review that video, so I can, because right now, to be honest, I can barely remember what I said. I realized that the order was a bit off, right? It's not like the most exciting predictions at the end. So I'll be comparing what I predicted to happen in reverse order versus what actually did happen, right? So please subscribe, comment, like, and share, all that jazz. I'm just gonna get to it because frankly, personally, I was super curious as to how I did as well, okay? Now, here's the countdown, right? So for my predictions, I definitely try to pick at least some measurable metrics, right? And I try to be specific, even if that means narrowing the scope of my predictions. So prediction number 5 was actually about the subscriber count for HBO Max, right? That they will increase their subscriber count from 12 million at the end of 2020 to over 30 million, right? So how did I actually do? Well, ding, 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 we have a winner. So I just checked today, this is at the end of 2021, HBO Max now has 73 million subscribers, okay? Way more than 30. Okay? I mean, if anything, my guess was not aggressive enough, right? Still, I knew HBO Max shouldn't have been so sad with their numbers, right? Especially since they did all their movie releases on the streaming service this year, simultaneous with the theatrical release, right? And at the moment, it's still, this subscriber number of 70-something million is still way behind, I think their most closest competitor, that would be Disney Plus. But at least it is now catching up at a faster rate when compared to that specific competitor. Okay, so this prediction was the most narrow one that I made as a test really for myself. I think I'm spot on, let's move on, right? Prediction number 4 was restaurants and travel, the industries will revive this year, right? This was kind of a general prediction. I'd say for me personally, this has been true. After all, we did have our wedding reception this year, which means, I organized a big meal at a restaurant and had a good party. We had to travel for it. Not to mention all of our guests. I would say like the majority of our guests also had to travel, not to mention eat, right? I wouldn't give myself this prediction as a win though, since as of late 2021 with Delta and Omicron, as two separate new variants out and about, again I'm hearing the public, or rather the government, talking about avoiding New Year's Day celebration again. Not that I think a good proportion of people would actually listen, so I can only say the hospitality industry still trying to find its footing. It's definitely better than 2020, okay, but nowhere near back to pre-pandemic levels, right? So this one I would just say, it's kind of true, but I wouldn't say totally true. Okay. Prediction number 3. Oh yeah, this is a very specific one, right? I guess that Corona beer will be changing its name to something less, anything that's not Corona, to be honest. Okay. And lo and behold, I am off the mark on this one, right? At least for now. Again, I actually haven't given up on this particular prediction either, okay? Maybe I didn't get the timing right, so we will count this one as a big fat loss for my predictions. Sad, womp womp. But maybe I'll be vindicated in another year or two, okay? Now, prediction number 2. I said the media will become less divided because the orange douche is no longer the president and he will be ignored. This one, I would say, is somewhat true also, right? Not totally right. I think I was relatively right on the latter part. Nobody in the mainstream media really cares what the orange douche is doing anymore. The whole will he or won't he run circus is only relevant for the minority of people already horribly misled by that guy, right? I think in the much more legitimate papers, mainly it's news about the virus or, actual legislation, the whole Biden's platform, sure, there's division on the left. But if everybody simply agreed all the time, we wouldn't really need debate or have a democracy, right? So, well, I wouldn't call myself totally right on this one. It's still somewhat right? It's much less divisive without a president in office who's constantly just lying like every day. Okay? And finally, the one that I'm most proud of course, prediction number 1. Oh yeah, I took a swing at the stock market and I said, as measured by the S&P 500, it will be up at least 25%. And as of today, right now I'm filming this like literally near the end of the year, the 1-year performance of said S&P 500 index was up 28.73%. Oh my god. I'm gonna call that one a straight up correctamundo, right? I mean, I wish I had a back scratcher right now for how much I want to pat myself on the back, okay? Because obviously I am a genius. So, in summary, how did I do? All right. Rebranding of the Corona beer, I was just plain on wrong. And on 2 others, I'd call it even mostly true, but not entirely true, right? But on the 2 specific predictions that I'm willing to put an actual number on, I was right on both, okay? Okay, so my guess on that HBO sub count wasn't that close. But what's more important, right? One streaming service out of like the dozen or so new ones, or the performance of the most watched stock index in the world, right? I'm gonna say it again. Clearly I'm a genius and a savant. Oh my god, obviously I'm just kidding, right? But it still feels pretty good, right? It took a whole year to find out how I did, and I did pretty good, right? 4 out of 5 is not that bad. Definitely reminds me that I do not need to listen to the financial media, right? Considering the crystal ball that I've got in my head. How about you guys? Did your 2021 turn out just as you expected? Or was it better? Or was it worse? Let me know in the comments below. Cheers. À la prochaine.